One WWE legend that will not be making a surprise return anytime soon will be Tammy Sytch, better known as Sunny. Now, Sunny was a little bit before my time, okay? She was the original diva, the most downloaded individual on the internet, I think in 1998, but she's definitely seen better days. And if you follow wrestling, unfortunately, I have, as a recovering fan after all. You've heard about the trials, the tribulations, and the unfortunate porn video of Tammy Sytch over the years. She kind of fell on really hard times, well, after she got fired from the Fed for being, that diva that she wanted to present herself as, after she got really jealous about the meteoric rise of Sable, who would go on and be just as much of a diva as Sunny and not be anywhere nearly as talented. She would end up ballooning up, doing a striptease gimmick in the dying days of WCW, and then just, I don't know, having an on-again, off-again relationship with her refrigerator in the late 2000s, and ended up looking pretty decent when she was enshrined into the WWE Hall of Fame back in, the mid-2010s? And then now she got drunk once again, got behind the wheel of her vehicle, killed a 75-year-old guy, and is going to jail for only 17 years. And this isn't her first dust up with the law. So there's a lot of things that I want to talk about in this specific situation, given the fact of somebody who is a repeated multiple-time felon, somebody who has gone to rehab after rehab after rehab so many times that it makes Scott Hall fucking blush. Rest in peace. But just the leniency that women get in the courtroom is on full fucking display with this one, because Tammy Sytch, Sunny, however you want to refer to her as, but trust me, it's more like Cloudy if you've seen her, especially in the courtroom, as we will very shortly, knowing what we know about the legal system. And yeah, she got a 17-year sentence, but she'll probably only end up doing about half of that anyways. It's just so absolutely wild. And the fact that, mass media, okay, your two biggest stars, which is such a weird collection that Daily Mail has up there at the top. John Cena hasn't had a full-time run since, 2016, but is also arguably still their biggest star. And then Alexa Bliss? The fuck? Okay. As somebody who regrettably knows way too much about modern day and classic wrestling, I'm kind of a huge repository of information. If I was to ever make, a not news related channel, it would definitely be about old head topics. And if you guys want to see something like that, let me know. I might think about it for 2024. But just having sports pre-2010s ish, that's about when I fell off, because when I just started to lose interest, not because I don't like basketball, football, baseball, wrestling, it all just became so insufferably about the message. But if you want to just hear an old head opine about the good old days, let me know about that. Let's talk about a murder. A WWE legend. Well, when she was there, it was WWF. Okay, so Fed legend Tammy Sytch has been sentenced to 17 years in jail for her involvement. She was driving the fucking vehicle that ended up plowing over the 75-year-old man. It comes 3 months after she pleaded no contest to the counts posed against her, including a count of DUI causing death. So yeah, she had involuntary manslaughter, vehicular manslaughter, a DUI on top of several other DUIs. 17 years. 17. I understand that the guy probably didn't have 17 years left on this earth, but for fuck's sakes, that's it. Come on. Sytch, 50. Also known as WWF Hall of Famer Sunny, was driving a sedan in March of 2022 when she crashed into a vehicle that was being driven by Julian Lasseter and had stopped at a red light near Ormond Beach in Florida. Police said her blood alcohol level was over 3 times the legal limit. She had been behind bars since March 2022. She has had a 10.5-year sentence for driving with a suspended license, causing death, and another 7 years for DUI manslaughter. She also has 8 years probation, and her driver's license has been revoked for good. And yeah, there's modern day Sunny receiving her sentence. Oh boy, not quite to the pin-up image visage that she once was. Actually, we can just go ahead and show you right here, okay? Just show you some, as Shawn Michaels would put it, some sunny days, right, Brett? There's maybe a little bit more of an accurate picture of her as she's going to be sent for her final booking photos. But yeah, that's the Sunny that you might have known and loved with one hand at a time. if you're of a certain age. Like I said, it's a little bit before my time. She was active in the Fed from 94 to 98, and I didn't have, immediate access to later stage WCW. Got to catch a couple of episodes of Thunder because we at least had, access to TBS, but outside of that, it's just kind of more of a retrospective of the downfall of one of the Fed's new generation poster girls. Well, probably, the number one, but right, yeah, Tammy Sytch's her mugshot after she was arrested for her involvement. Yeah, okay, she looks a hell of a lot different there than she does right here. What the fuck? Is she eating everybody serving in the clink? Like, what the fuck, man? Oh, maybe, this is what happens. She got Nails or the Big Boss Man. Well, not the Big Boss Man, another one, fucking rest in peace. Nails, giving her extra portions that are down there, right? Okay. She addressed the victim's family at the Volsa County courtroom, where she appeared in an orange jumpsuit saying, "I know my words aren't enough, but please know that I think about you every day, exactly, and when I can get out and exact my fucking revenge, triple threat, bitch." She added, "I have done something horrible, but I am so much more than the worse than I have done." You want to run that down for your other list of felonies? Quite extensive list, by the way. I try and think about the good I have done. Yo, you're addressing the family and you're talking about, "I've done a lot of good things. Sorry about your dead father or husband or grandfather, but I'm a really good person under the many empty pints." Fucking hell. I try to think about the positive I do with my life, because when I sit alone and I think about what I did to the Lasser family that tragic day from a stupid decision, I feel the regret and the remorse deep in my soul. Yes, the regret and remorse that I got caught because I just continued to drunk drive, because that's kind of my MO. She's more known now for being a drunk driver than ever being the sexiest woman in WWF. I know they didn't get to rest knowing that he's gone. When I was 20, I lost my father as well to heart disease. Yeah, exactly. Something that you had absolutely no control over his passing. But this time around, you plowed into a vehicle and killed him. Yeah, that's a little bit different than your fucking Pa Kent story. And just last August, my 87-year-old mother passed away. Well, I have been incarcerated. Well, that's kind of sad. But again, don't get drunk and kill people. I think we can probably all agree with that. I never got to say goodbye to her, just as they didn't get to say goodbye to their own beloved family member. Were you just trying to pass that off as like, well, see, I've suffered too. They've suffered. Can I just go home? No. Okay, 50-year-old, who doesn't look like this anymore. What the fuck? Appeared in the courtroom in handcuffs and apparently broke down in tears during her speech. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. And again, that's been her MO forever. She's always been. Even just going back and consulting some of the old dirt sheets, she has always been a fucking diva, knowing how to get everything that she wants. So again, turning on the waterworks. Shout out to Donovan Sharp. A woman's tears are only real when she's alone. So when she has those lonely nights thinking about what she did to the Lasser family, if she starts crying, then those might be real. But the ones in the courtroom trying to plead for leniency, don't take away my golden, well, in her case, 10-plated years. You can't do that to me. Well, guess what? Justice is a cruel mistress. Something, again, that you know all too much about. She served time behind bars before. She served 114 days in jail in Connecticut. 2013. Oh, yes, where Titan Towers are. Trying to plow into Vince McMahon's old office after being arrested for assaulting her boyfriend and then violating parole conditions. During her first spell in jail, she was diagnosed with cervical cancer and treated while in prison. Well, she obviously got over that. In 2019, a bench warrant was issued for her in February that year when she was arrested in New Jersey later that month. She spent a year in prison for a DUI and other driving offenses. Well, however did she get back behind the wheel of a vehicle after being sent to a year in prison for a DUI, huh? When she was released, she turned to OnlyFans. Okay, to make money, and had previously turned to an adult entertain. Yeah, she was getting plowed on camera. Okay, she was taking a different type of snow plow in 2016 when she starred in Sunny Side Up. That one ended up getting distributed by like a major network, by the way. It'd be whatever I think it was Vivid or something like that. Like OSW Review had a breakdown of that video. It unfortunately got taken down on YouTube, and I don't know if you can find it anywhere, but that shit was hilarious. She farted during one of her scenes. That shit's either a fart or a queef, but even still, it's like, oh my god. To see Sunny not look like that. Look something closer to that in 2016. And then knowing that she turned to OnlyFans, like these bitches, man, they will. There's always a golden parachute for these bitches every single fucking time. She could provide zero value to the rest of the world besides, I don't know, keeping a couple of bars in business. But whenever the going gets tough, she can just spread her legs and make some money. Unfucking believable. Yeah, she was in the Fed from 94 to 98, right? Yeah, she was the valet for the Body Donnas all the way back in the cut, and she just broke out on her own. Oh, right, she managed LOD 2000. Oh my fucking god. The worst incarnation. Oh no, not the second worst incarnation of the Road Warriors, because there was Road Warrior Heidenreich. Couldn't even think of a clever name for that, but yeah, of course, she was there for that and had the big flowery bra on that one. Okay, you've probably seen that picture if you're just even tertiarily aware of what was going on during the Attitude Era. But yeah, and then she was introduced to the wrestling industry by her longtime boyfriend Chris Candido, who died, unfortunately passed like just a week or two ahead of ECW's One Night Stand in 2005. Chris Candido, who was a hell of a worker, but a big time cuck, knowing everything that, Sonny was doing behind the scenes, fucking everybody on the roster except for Bret Hart. By the way, even though one of the most famous promos, right before Bret Hart ended up, leaving for WCW after the Montreal Screwjob, was Shawn Michaels, the Sunny Days promo. If you know, you know, and if you don't, well, basically, Sunny was fucking Shawn Michaels to everybody's knowledge. Chris Candido just putting on a strong face in front of everybody, just going, yeah, see, don't I have the most pretty girl around here? Basically doing a Logan Paul, 30 years beforehand. Just knowing that he wifed up, oh my god, everybody wants my girl, but guess what? Everybody's had your girl, and you're dumb enough to put a fucking ring on it. But even after years after your guidance have long gone and been forgotten, you can take the chick out of the trailer park, but you can't take the trailer park out of the girl. Unfucking believable. And 17 years for killing somebody, for going to jail for a DUI beforehand. Again, the leniency. There's a reason that women serve 60% less time, or they only do 60% of the sentence that a man does for a one-to-one apples-to-apples comparison when it comes to crime. It's just the legal system, man, just exactly like society, doesn't hold these hoes accountable. But you know what? I sure as fuck will, or at least do my best. And that's all we can ask for. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.